Hi, this is Lofholm, and on this short video, I want to teach you a very powerful concept called mechanism. And I learned this from Brian Clemmer. Brian, unfortunately, is no longer with us. He was a brilliant trainer and a friend of mine. And so here's the concept. If I gave you the instructions to walk to that wall and touch the wall, and all you have to do is just get to that side of the room and touch the wall any way you can, go. So I'd start, and I'd probably do what most people do. I'd just start walking, and I'd walk to the wall, and then I would touch the wall. Now, the next part of the exercise is to do it again, except you need to get to the other side, but you can't walk to the wall. You have to do it in a different way. So if walking to the wall was a mechanism, now you need to use another mechanism. So I might go, okay, I'm going to run to the wall, all right? So now I'm running. Okay, a little different than walking and touch the wall. Okay, now you can do it again, except this time you can't walk, you can't run. So I need to get to the other side of the wall, and a lot of people go, I can't think of anything. All right, well, let me think about it. I'm going to walk backwards, okay? So now I'm walking backwards, and I'm going to achieve my outcome because I'm going to touch the wall, and then I'm going to come back here, and it goes on and on and on, and maybe I would crawl to the other side. Maybe I'd hop on one foot. The purpose of this distinction is that there's a lot of ways to achieve a goal. Sometimes when people are growing a business and they're prospecting, they go, well, I've got to call somebody. Calling somebody is a mechanism. You could send them a LinkedIn message. You could show up at their office. You could send them a Facebook message. You could send them a text. You could send them an email. You could send them a package. So the idea is lock in on what you want. Lock in on your outcome. Lock in on your goals. Do not lock in on the mechanism. And oftentimes there are many mechanisms that you've never tried before. And I want to tell you one quick story. Years ago, my dream job was to go work for motivational speaker Tony Robbins. This is before I started my own company. I was 26 years old, and so my mechanism was just to walk in the front door of his office. And I walked in, and the receptionist greeted me with a nice smile. May I help you? I'd like to apply for a job. So she gave me an application. I filled it out. I turned it back in. They called me for an interview. I came in for the interview. They interviewed me, and they said, thanks, but no thanks. We don't need your services at this time. But I had already decided in my mind that I was going to work for Tony Robbins. And I applied the concept that Napoleon Hill talks about called applied faith. And so I had already decided that I was going to be hired there. And I tried the mechanism of walking in the front door and applying, and that didn't work. So then I thought, all right, who do I know that knows one of the executives that works for Tony that could refer me in? And I knew a gentleman named Mark Gonzalez, and Mark used to own a Tony Robbins franchise. So I figured Mark would probably know somebody in the corporate office, and so I called him up. Hey, Mark, it's Lofholm. I want to come work for Tony. Could you recommend somebody that I talk to? And he said, talk to Deb Hines. So I called up Deb on the phone. Hi, this is Deb. Hi, Deb, it's Lofholm. I was referred to you by Mark Gonzalez. She says, oh, great. I know Mark. What can I do for you? I said, I'd like to come work for you. Could I come in and apply for a job and interview with you? And she said, sure. So I went in, I applied, I interviewed with Deb. Keep in mind, I went into the exact same building that I had applied and interviewed before, and they already told me no. And they hired me. And I worked for Tony for 3 years. And I ended up going out and doing training under Tony's brand, and then Tony hired me to train his team, and I trained his trainers for 2 years when I started off my company, because I wasn't locked into mechanism. So very powerful idea. I just put that success tip on your success tool belt. You now have it for the rest of your life. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to connecting with you on a future video.